What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another entry to our MCU timeline, where I'm taking a look at every Marvel movie ever made, because every Marvel movie ever made is now part of the MCU, thanks to Deadpool and Wolverine, thanks to the Spider-Man Far No Way Home, and also thanks to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So thank you all for opening up the multiverse, because now I have to take a look at every single X-Men movie, every single Spider-Man movie, the Fantastic Four movies, good and bad, because they're all part of the MCU now, and god fucking damn it, that's a lot of movies to talk about. So again, like I said, I'm going to be going through every MCU movie, hopefully in time to celebrate Thunderbolts whenever that comes out, so hopefully I can watch every single one of them before the Thunderbolts comes out. But I did take a look at the Marvels a couple of months ago, so now we're taking a look at Captain Marvel, which is the first female-led superhero movie from Marvel. I do believe Wonder Woman beat this one, and I do believe she beat Black Widow to the first sort of female-led superhero movie, and I'm going to be honest, taking a look back at this movie and rewatching it in now times, you know, big old 2024, 2025, we were too fucking harsh on this movie. This is a decent movie compared to what Marvel is putting out nowadays. And to everyone saying it's no longer the MCU, it's the MCU, touch fucking grass and think about what you say on the internet before you actually type it out, or as you're typing out, at least fucking read what you're writing, because some opinions, you know, should be kept to yourself. But anyway, let's take a look at what Google has to say. So Captain Marvel is a 2019 action-adventure, which is 2 hours and 4 minutes. You can watch it on Disney+, YouTube, Google Play, and Amazon Prime. Amidst a mission, there's a Kree warrior gets separated from her clan and ends up on Earth. You know, pretty simple. So how this movie actually starts is with Captain Marvel going on a mission with her group. She gets split up, like it said in the Google, and she ends up on Earth. She crashes into a blockbuster, and she then teams up with Nick Fury to stop the sort of Kree, I think they're called. I forgot what they're called. The sort of green elf-looking aliens with like the Skrull. No, are they the Skrull? I don't know. They're shapeshifters, whatever. They're going to stop the Skrull, and you know, they're sort of teaming up, and then they realize the Skrull isn't actually the bad guys, and they then have to go and fight the Kree, and they take out the Kree, and now Captain Marvel becomes the sole protector of the Kree, I think, or the Skrulls. I don't know. I forget. There is a lot of space names in this movie. I'm gonna be honest, the CGI is decent. The CGI is good. The story isn't the greatest. Alright, I will admit, the writing is a little off. I feel like the sort of alien comes to Earth and doesn't understand Earth customs. I feel like that sort of trope is a little overdone, a little overused, and kind of feels boring and slow. But, to be fair, Captain Marvel is a decent character. I think her story is pretty decent. You know what? I don't think it's as terrible as everyone said when it first came out. I said it was mid when it first came out, again, because there is better MCU movies out there, and I still agree with that, but I don't think it's as low as what we rated it when it first came out. I do believe it should be held to a higher standard than some of the recent Marvel movies that have come out and that I have spoken about, like Ant-Man Quantumania, and Multiverse of Madness, and a couple of others that have come out, which I'm not going to mention. She-Hulk and Secret Invasion. So, with the Captain Marvel coming out, I think it should have been held to a higher standard, especially with it being the Marvel's first female-led movie. That is a huge fucking step in the right direction for Marvel, and we've only ever had one female solo movie since. We have had a lot of female-led shows, though, with WandaVision, She-Hulk, Agatha, Ms. Marvel. What else have we had? I don't know, I didn't watch a whole lot of the Marvel shows. I'm going to be honest, most of them were pretty boring. Moon Knight was the best one. Hawkeye, kind of. But yeah, this was a decent movie. The CGI was up there. It was good CGI. It looked good. Better than what we've had as recent. Acting was good. We had some story arcs from some of the characters here. We see one of these characters before they change into who they are in Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's cool. That adds to the world building of the MCU, adding different characters' backstories. Again, it's not characters that we really care about, but it adds some more personality, some depth to the universe, and sort of shows that they are thinking about the bigger picture instead of just having like a couple of superheroes here and there, and like just because there's something bad going on in New York, doesn't mean every superhero needs to go and save it, and not every superhero will sort of jump in. Because that's kind of where the MCU is at right now. There is so many superheroes in this world that it kind of feels unrealistic that only one of them is dealing with that problem at a time. Whereas, other people could be coming in and helping, and, lending a helping hand, like in Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, that shit happened in New York, and that shit was pretty fucking wild. You would have expected, I don't know, maybe Bucky to show up, or Falcon. Again, they are living in New York at the time. You'd have expected, maybe Daredevil to show up, Hawkeye even, like Kate Bishop, all them people around that time. Again, it happened around Christmas time, so you kind of expected them to be there and could have helped out. But this is, set pre any of that. She is, the first Avenger. She's the one that started the Avengers Initiative. It did give us a pretty shitty reason why Nick Fury has an eye patch. I'm gonna be honest, getting scratched by a cat does kind of feel kind of lackluster and kind of shitty. I didn't really like that excuse. I felt like it could have been a little bit more interesting, a little bit more exciting, but I still do like that we had a little bit of a backstory to Nick Fury and sort of shows why he's dark and brooding, and sort of how he went from being a happy dude to kind of sort of worried about everything and needing a backup plan for everything. And to be fair, some of Captain Marvel's costumes were fucking sick, and I have one of them as a Funko Pop. It is the neon light one because I think that suit is fucking sick. Not gonna lie, that suit is great, and her suit is pretty sick as well. I like her costume design. I think it's cool, and how that she can change the color at will. That's fucking sick, dog. No one else in the MCU can say that their suit changes color and can be used as camo whenever she fucking needs it to. That's sick as fuck. Acting is decent. It isn't the best acting. I'm gonna be honest, Brie Larson does feel kind of monotone for the first part of the movie, but I guess she kind of has to because she's this stupid alien getting used to Earth customs, which is just a trope that is happening in this movie, which again is very overdone in superhero movies, I will admit. People getting used to Earth's tropes is quite common in the MCU, I will admit. Which is kind of weird, not gonna lie. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of characters that do that. They really like that trope in the MCU. They really do. Anyway, getting back to the story. Decent story. I'm gonna be honest, her traveling to space when she was Earthborn, I think was pretty cool. Again, I did question it to some degree. I feel like it did have a couple of holes, which went over my head when I first watched it. But I did still quite like it. I thought it was pretty cool. I like how the engine exploded and gave her her powers because she absorbed it all. I thought that was fucking sick. And her being a fighter pilot was also cool. I haven't seen Top Gun, I'm going to be honest, but the plane fighting in this movie was pretty cool. And the bad guy was kind of lackluster, I'm going to be honest. It kind of felt pretty... The twist was oh shit, the twist actually caught me off guard first time watching it, but second time watching it, the bad guys ain't that good. She overpowers them pretty quickly, and she's really fucking strong, and she overpowers them really quickly. She was just a weapon to them. Her turning on her group and fucking dominating was fucking sick. It's not like one of these movies where it's oh, the villain is equal. It's exactly like us, but evil variation. It was they're weaker than me. They were just controlling me. They were mind controlling me. Like, they were manipulating me. And she just fucking thrashes them. That was sick. Like, the quick, like, turn around and be like, bitch, what? Like, wanna catch these hands? Was cool as fuck. Alright? Her fucking turning on her own, like, battalion, and taking them out one by one. And some of them weren't even fucking fights. Some of them were like a quick and straight knockout. Like, one punch and you're done. Like, she's fucking sick. Come to think of it. Like, she's really fucking strong. Like, holy fuck. Maybe probably one of the strongest. I will argue that. I will argue she's probably one of the strongest. But, other than that, there isn't really much else to say about this movie. I'm gonna be honest, I quite liked it second time watching it, and I think it's a lot better than what we gave it credit for. I think it's a lot better than what recent Marvel movies are, so I'm gonna rate it a little bit higher than what I would have done if I watched it when it first came out and reviewed it when it first came out. I'm gonna give it a solid 7. Yeah, exactly. It's a solid 7 out of 10. Better than most. Better than most, and yes, I did put it above Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I think it's better than Iron Man. Yep, that's how I'm ending the video. Mic drop.